At 16 years of age, I was failing. I was failing in many things. I was failing emotionally, I was failing physically, and I was definitely failing academically. So I'm going to read for you 2 extracts from my diary. And they are written on the eve of the day before I was due to move school and my first day of school. So I completed transition year and I was going into 5th year. And because I was really not doing well, I was suffering with a lot of anxiety and stress, and I spent most of my time judging myself. And as a result, I judged other people way too harshly. I was in a mixed school, boys, girls, a comprehensive. It was really liberal. There were very few rules. And to be honest, it kind of terrified me. It terrified me that I had way too much freedom. So my parents, who wanted the best for me, took me out of that school and they put me into a private all-girls school. You can imagine, it's kind of black and it's white. It's 360 degrees turnaround. So I'm just going to read for you now how I felt the day before I was due to start my new school. I have to just say something. My 16-year-old self would kill me if she knew I was doing this. She was absolutely terrified of what other people would think about her. But here I am today, and I'm very proud to be vulnerable and to share with you the words I wrote back in 1991. So, I am depressed. I hate to admit it, but I really am a brick of nerves. I just don't want to face tomorrow. The thought of it makes me feel sick. I am afraid that nobody will speak to me. I'll be wandering around on my own. Oh God above, please let things work out for me. Let me say the right things and be accepted by all those other girls. I really wasn't nervous until today. I woke up at 8 feeling so sick and I had the trots. Sorry, that's a bit much information, but it's basically diarrhea. And I got up, fell back asleep and went to bed and got up and went in to meet my friend Kathy. So the next day, it starts like this. This is September 3rd, a Tuesday morning, and I say, how am I going to survive? The school is dreadful. I know I've only been there for 1 day, and everyone repeatedly tells me that I can't judge it yet. And maybe they all are right. But I'm just saying that what I've seen, I most certainly don't like, maybe hate. Everyone there is the opposite to me, and the only people I got talking to were complete dorks. Fair enough, I'm prejudiced. But if that's what it means, just so I can go and have a smoke, I really am quite depressed. And I doubt if I'll be able to keep up with the amount of work. It's unbelievable. Anyway, I got out at 12 and I got the bus into town. I didn't even know what part of Dublin I was in. I was meant to meet Roisin and Kiva, but Roisin was sick and Kiva was late. I felt so sick I came home and I slept. Orla and Linda came home from Greece. They had a brilliant time. I wish I could have gone with them. I had dinner, phoned Kiva, and I cried, and I cried, and I'm going to get some sleep. Please let my life work out. In my work today, it amazes me to see that those fears that I had were, firstly, what are other people going to think of me? And second, am I going to be accepted for who I am? Are still the same fears that I see in 26, 36, 46-year-olds, and the ages go on. So yes, times have changed, and yes, you have different challenges, but fundamentally, those feelings that we can have of being vulnerable and caring way too much what other people think still lives on. I can be happy to say that things did get better. But before they got better, they got worse. And that Christmas, this was September, I failed every single exam. I didn't know that was possible. But I failed maths, English, French, you name it. But the story gets better. Moving that school was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I went on and thrived, I felt safe, I made friends, and I'm here today doing work that I truly, truly love. Every day I help people who suffer from anxiety and stress. So what I want to do with you today is I want to just show you something, a 3-step process that's going to help you with any negative thoughts that you may have about yourself. And the truth is, we all have negative thoughts, but it's knowing how to manage them and knowing that they do not have to transfer into feelings of negativity about yourself, and then that goes into a feeling of generalized anxiety. So work with me, and I'm going to show you what you can do with a negative thought. This is a technique I learned with a great psychologist called Dr. Rick Hansen, and it's 3 steps: let be, let go, let in. So let's talk through it together. We have let be, which is the first step, and that is simply about acceptance. It seems kind of counterintuitive to believe that when we accept a negative thought about ourselves, that it's going to help. But really, it is actually the beginning. So working with me, I'd be so grateful to you all if you would just simply close your eyes. I'm going to close my eyes, and everybody here behind me, teachers, students, everybody, let's close our eyes, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Breathing into our belly for 1. Breathe in for 2. And breathe in for 3. So what we've done there is just simply cleared our minds a little. And I want you to just notice, can you find a negative thought that you have about yourself? The most common ones I hear in my work are, I am not good enough. I am lazy. Or I am stupid. If it's any of these thoughts or any of your own particular one, I want you just for now to say that it's okay. It's okay that I think like that. We don't want to fill it up with another thought or to create a story, but just capture that thought and hold it and open your eyes. Thank you. This is where it starts to get much better, I promise you. We're going to let go of that thought. This is the second step. So anxiety is something that can be very, very physical. It can affect our stomach, our digestive system. It can cause pain in our body, in our muscles. So we need to actually physically let it go. You can do that through the breath, literally releasing it. Another good technique is to imagine just shaking away that negative thought, because that negative thought, it is not true. You are good enough, you are not lazy, and you are incredibly clever. So whatever that thought is, I want you to here and today to let it go. And this just continues to get better, because we're now going in to the third part, which is to let in. Let in the positive. So let's close our eyes again just for a moment. And I want you to identify the negative thought and now turn it right round. So whatever it was, it's now the opposite. If it was, I'm not good enough, it is, I am good enough. If it was, I am lazy, it is, I'm full of energy. Or if it was, I am stupid, it is, I am intelligent, clever, smart. So find the opposite, and I want you to just repeat it to yourself in your own mind. Repeating that positive thought. Remember it, tattoo it into your brain, because it is true. Opening your eyes, and that thought could become like the most positive affirmation that you can use for yourself. What's so important is to remember that the most important opinion that you will ever have about yourself is your own. Be kind to yourself, and you will be kind to others. Accept yourself and you will accept others. Be your own best friend, and I guarantee you, you will have so many, many good friends. And always remember that you can change a negative thought into a positive emotion, whether it's calmness, whether it's confidence, whatever you require with that 3-step process. Let be, let go, let in. Thank you very much.